We stayed in Rotorua the longest, 5 days, so we saw a lot. It is such an interesting region with thermal areas and Maori cultural importance. We stayed at the remote Lake Okataina Lodge, about 25 minutes out of the city of Rotorua. The lake was beautiful. The only downside was 8 kilometers of twisty 1.5-lane road to get into it. There was a path in the woods that led to an area where glowworms lived. Very cool. One of the first things we did in Rotorua was the Redwood Tree Walk. These platforms and bridges are 18 meters or 60 meters up. New Zealanders take great pride in their country and care for it greatly. We spent several hours walking around the downtown area of Rotorua, starting in Kuirau Park, which highlights some of the geothermal features. We also saw swamp hen or pukeko. You could bathe your feet in very warm, sulfurous water. Sometimes the fumes were so strong that they nearly overcame you. We walked to a mare, which is a Maori meeting house, and walked around the famous Anglican Church with the window with Jesus in Maori garb. From inside, it looks like he is walking on the water. We couldn't go in, but I'm showing a picture from Google. In the area around the church, there were many steam vents, even ones that had boiling water. They buried people above ground as they weren't sure what would happen if they dug. Laurel read about a creek that was heated by geothermal heat. It was called Kerosine Creek, and we visited it. Very nice, but it took several washes to get the sulfur smell out of the bathing.
This is Kerosine Creek. It's a naturally very warm waters. It was quite relaxing.
Puia was a threefold attraction. There was a tour of the cultural school with stone, wood, and bone carving, as well as flax weaving. They have live kiwi birds and an active volcanic activity such as bubbling mud, geysers, and steam vents. We skipped the cultural presentation as we had planned for it later in the week. Hobbiton was a bit of a hike from Rotorua, but well worth the 2+ hours driving on twisty roads. The movie set from The Lord of the Rings was completely torn down and then rebuilt for the Hobby movies. It is now a permanent tourist attraction with over 350,000 visitors per year. I wanted to see Lake Tarawera because it provided a glimpse of Mount Tarawera. Before the deadly 1886 eruption, visitors from around the world flocked to the shores of the lake to see the famed pink and white terraces, once named the eighth wonder of the world, which the eruption destroyed. Wairere Falls was an, I quote, easy 45-minute ascent. This is New Zealand for 1.5 hours climbing over boulders.
Cool fern tree.
Still, the falls was really spectacular.
"45 minutes to the top of the lookout. Wow, it's kind of worth it."
The Ngahopua track was a gem of a small trail that Laurel discovered. It is off the winding 8.5-kilometer road to Lake Okataina Lodge and is about a 45-minute return loop that visits two twin lakes. There were lots of weird jungly things on the trail as well. Another highlight of Rotorua was attending the Mitai Maori cultural performance. This opened in their sacred spring as the war canoe, or waka, approached. We had a traditional Maori feast called a hangi, with the food cooked underground. It was delicious with lamb, chicken, and seafood. We then attended an elaborate cultural performance with traditional singing, dancing, and performance of a haka, or war chant. The ritual of two tribal chiefs was explained, as they were quite warlike and needed the ritual to reduce the chances of war.
To scare and intimidate our enemy. So don't be too scared when you see the bulging eyes or the protruding tongue. We call this here puka. It means you look delicious. In times of cold, or before going to bed, to ready ourselves. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we do it to honor you. In honor of you all,